All right, so Brendan Schaub decided to bring up his beef with Dana White on stage during his stand-up routine. I guess he's trying to turn it into a bit, or he's trying to roast Dana or something. I don't know what's going on here because he kind of just roasted himself. And of course, it was just a disaster. I think some would say it was the biggest disaster. And also the people there probably didn't even know what the hell he's talking about because he got into the whole Instagram post that he posted a few days ago. And I mean, I don't think that many people are aware of that. And during his routine, he brought up how the haters are calling him out because he said that Dana wears designer clothes to look cool. And everyone was pointing out that he does the same thing. And this is his response to the haters.
For the few haters, they're like, oh, you're gonna make fun of Dana wearing designer jeans and wearing cool shoes? Look at you, dumbass. I'm like, yeah, bitch, the difference is I've been a fuckboy since day one. I came out the womb a fuckboy. I was born a sneakerhead. You feel me? If mine and Dana's relationship...
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna shut the haters up. I at least like that he's kind of just goofing on himself now, even though I don't know if he's really trying to. It's hard to tell if he's just trying to dunk on Dana and say like he's a poser or something, or he's just like, hey, Dana's a douche for wearing these clothes, but I've always been a douche. I don't know, but either way, you gotta give Brendan credit. He is not afraid to embarrass himself. But it would be nice if he took things a little further and tried to incorporate the truck walk into his stand-up. That'd be great. So Brendan talks about Dana a little bit before this too, and it's weird how he gets into it. He's like, well, Dana White hates me. He makes it sound like he just got in trouble and somebody yelled at him. Or he's like still fighting for the UFC and Dana just yelled at him and now he's just moping around telling all the other fighters like, oh, Dana hates me now. This sucks. Like, dude, you're a stand-up comedian. You should be able to get on stage and roast him. Like, Dana roasted Brendan the other day and people thought it was funny. And he's just like doing a press conference. And he's obviously not a comedian and doesn't care to be. And it's sad because it still seems like it's unfair, like him against Brendan. Like, he's obviously going to rip him apart, and Brendan doesn't really have anything to say in response.
Dana White hates me. For no reason. I did nothing, dude. How dare you? For those of you that don't know, he called me a fucking dummy. And I'm 39 years old. I can't just lay down like, you're right. Like, you can't do that, dude. It's not nice. Why would you get so upset? If my theory on UFC 279 is so outlandish, why so mad, bro?
Boom, roasted. Man, I wish I could have seen Brendan's initial reaction to Dana calling him an idiot. He's probably like, man, I gotta respond to this. I can't let him get away with it. So he gets together Brian Callen and BGL, and they sit around brainstorming ideas on how to roast Dana. And Brendan finally thought of something because it's the only thing he could relate to. He's like, dude, he's wearing designer clothes. He's trying to look cool. And then Brian was probably trying to talk a little bit of sense into him and be like, dude, that's how you dress. You're just describing yourself. And Brendan's probably like, oh yeah, but I've always dressed like this. Yeah, so that's how I imagine it all went down. And it's probably not that far off. But in that clip we just watched there, I wonder if he wrote any of those jokes or he like just got on stage and was like, you know, I'm just going to talk about Dana, because it seemed like the latter. Hopefully, God, if he wrote that, that is not good. But also he might have just said the same shit on his podcast. That's what it seems like. It seems like he thought he was still on his podcast. He's just like complaining about something, like not even trying to tell a joke. Like, at least sometimes he does try to tell a joke, even though it's not funny. But right here, it seems like he's just complaining about Dana. And he's like, man, I can't let this guy talk to me this way. All right, so what are you going to do about it? And he's just like, man, if my theory's so crazy, why are you so mad? And I'd imagine at least like half the place didn't even know what he's talking about. You know, I'm sure most people know Dana White, so he probably could have just roasted Dana and they could understand because they know what he looks like and know who he is and everything. But like your UFC theories and your beef with Dana, I don't think everybody's following that, even though they should all be following it, and you should be following it. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you leave me a comment, let me know what you think about all this, then hit the like button, and I'll catch you at the next video.